Look, guys, I'm going to go over today some lenders and not hard money lenders. These guys, some people call them hard money lenders, but they're not your tried and true, what I would call back in the day, hard money lenders at 12, 15% plus multiple tons of points, all that kind of thing. These guys do charge points, but the rates, once they get to know you, once they're comfortable with you, and once you've done deals with them, they really become affordable rates. For example, like I do quite a few fix and flips with these companies. So I get rates in the sevens with a point and a half, whereas a lot of new people will get 10, 11, 12% with 2 or 3 points on them. So the first one I want to go over is LendingHome. And LendingHome is a very good one. They do a desktop appraisal, so there's no appraisal needed. They kind of do their own internal review of the pricing. Really like them. They're really quick, really responsive. The only drawback to them is that when they lend you money, let's say you're purchasing a property, 200,000, ARVs 350, you're purchasing it for 175 and you're putting, let's call it $50,000 into the property. Well, they're going to give you that 175. Well, you're going to have to put 10% down at least, if not 20% down. And they're going to lend you the money for the rehab, and you're going to get charged for those rehab funds from day one. And you have to wait to complete them, say you do it in 3 different draws. Stage 1 is done and you're looking for your first draw. So then you're going to get that money, but you're already paying interest on that money. Whereas opposed to some of these others, they don't do the same thing. Lending One, for example, you're going to only get charged on that rehab funds as the money is drawn. So let's say you did your first draw of 15,000 and you're going to pay the interest on the 15,000 from that draw date that you receive it. Then the second draw, you'll have another 15 or 20,000, and then a third draw, so on and so forth. But basically, you're not paying for it until you're using it with Lending One. Drawback to Lending One is that they do require appraisal, and from what I'm seeing there, anywhere around $800 for an appraisal right now, and they're slow as can be. It's not their fault; it's the appraisal company's fault. They're slow because they're backed up. They're doing a ton of different appraisals right now, obviously in this market. That's the difference between those two. Let me give you a third one. So you got LendingHome, Lending One, you got Lima One Capital. I use Lima One Capital as well, very competitive rates. On their rental loans, let's go through all the rental loans. You can be anywhere from 3.5% to 7.5%, let's call it, depending on your credit, how much money you're putting down, whether it's a cash out refi, a lot of different factors going in there, but put the rates aside. Lima One Capital, if you're doing multiples, which I've done multiple rental refinances at the same time, they do what's called a blanket lien on it. And I personally am not a fan of this. So you have all of them go on to, for instance, the one I have, 3 different properties go on one loan. Well, I sold one of those properties off and I paid that off, obviously, but they made me pay extra off too, additional amount above and beyond. I can't remember the percentage. It might have been 10%, 15%. And my monthly payment stayed the same. So I'm still paying this big monthly payment with less rental income coming in. I don't like that. I like to separate all of my rentals. I don't want this blanket, so I will not use them unless they change that in the future for their rentals. That's something I personally do not like about Lima One Capital. However, their bridge loans, their fix and flip loans are phenomenal. And we'll go to another one here, Visio Lending. They're the easiest, and you can use Visio for doing short-term rentals for your Airbnbs, your vacation rental properties. They're good with that. The rates are not the greatest, but their documentation requests are far less onerous than a lot of these other ones are out there, and they'll get it done fairly quick. You will have to get an appraisal done, just like you will with most of the other ones out there, but they are a good, quick, easy source for you if you want to refi it. And you can refi later on potentially with somebody else and get a lower rate, but they would be a good, quick, easy source for you to use on your vacation rentals. There are more and more lenders popping up that are going to be doing vacation rentals. So as I find more, I'll try to do more reviews as I start to utilize these companies, because I plan on doing a little more on the vacation rental side here moving forward, more the Airbnb. I have one now. It's done very well for me. So I plan on doing more with that. So that's a review on some of these companies that do out there that do fix and flip loans and that do buy and hold loans. And as I get more, I'll give more info to you guys out there. All right, catch you in the next video.